This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
We got two things that happened on that special episode, March 15th. We'll take a listen to the first promo now. Here we go.
Tully Blanchard Enterprises, along with Arn Anderson, the world TV champion. Of course, Tully, the national heavyweight champion. And here's the team. Fairly formidable team, I would think.
Your ratings have just taken a phenomenal jump in the last 10 seconds.
You know, I tell you, Tony Schiavone, it was hard-pressed to look for somebody that was as good as the Three Horsemen to be my partner. I tell you what, Flair, we decided he goes on, defends that world title, take Dusty Rhodes down for the last time, New Orleans, Louisiana. 4 seeds, should be number 1. The remaining 2 are the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, AA, and Tully Blanchard, the national heavyweight champion.
What 2 athletes are better conditioned than us, more experienced than us? 2 champions combined, Tony Schiavone, are going to be unbeatable. If you want to seed us 24th, do it. We'll beat 6 teams, 8 teams, or every team if we have to win $1 million because we got expensive habits.
I got news for you. If you think that we can't go out on $1 million in New Orleans and have...
Hey.
Oh, my goodness. Baby doll is here with us at ringside.
You know, I have a couple of words for all of you. And Arn Anderson, I'm going to start by you. You never beat Dusty Rhodes for the title, and you know it. Tully Blanchard, we all know how you won the title. I'm not going to embarrass everyone by telling you what kind of man you are. And J.J. Dillon, on my worst day, darling, I could knock you into tomorrow. And since you're talking about ratings, about how many people watch us, I am challenging you right now.
What is she has challenged J.J. Dillon right.
You're challenging me!
So J.J. Dillon is taking off his tie and his shoes. He just slung off his jacket. He's going to climb in the ring with Baby Doll, who's in the ring waiting on him.
That woman will do anything to get a little affection. Any way she can to get somebody to hug her.
I think James is going to go in it.
J.J. Dillon is going up against Baby Doll. The challenge has been made. Oh, my. I can't begin to imagine what we're in for. I can't begin to imagine it all. Oh, here's America's team. It's Dusty and Magnum.
So, of course, Arn, as you guys are standing on the apron there, America's team attacks you from behind. Why do they keep doing this? Why won't they just do a fair fight, Arn?
You know, that was my point every single week. It felt like it was just an ongoing situation. You know, I would have punched Baby Doll in the mouth if I thought I could have beat her. She scared me to death. She was a physical specimen. I mean, strong, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, when she wrestled, she was Andrea the Giant, right?
Yes. I mean, she was very, very strong, you know, and so I thought better of that. I'm not going to lose my reputation on one of those deals. That was a no-win, but Dusty and Magnum, it just felt like this thing, no matter how many times we got into these scuffles, it didn't ever get old. It just kept the fire burning. And it was episodic TV. And I think the one thing that we always did collectively is we left them wanting more, not less.
No doubt about it. I mean, Magnum holds your leg down. Dusty jumps off the top rope on it. They drag you out of the ring. And then they try to do the same to Tully. And thankfully, JJ's there to at least run a distraction long enough. And chaos ensues. But listen to the crowd celebrating.
America's team coming in to clean house.
But as we said, there's 2 segments on this show. So you guys are going to regain your composure, and you got a few words to say here on March 22nd, 1986.
Hey, you heard the words from Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, J.J.
Well, let me tell you something. We're going to be Mr. Nice Guy no more. We've been taken advantage of for the last time. Baby Doll come out here strutting her stuff because she was mesmerized by all the gold that's blinding her that used to belong to her
long time ago. I'm talking about the world television title proudly held by Mr. Arn Anderson. I'm talking about the national heavyweight championship belt held by Mr. Tully Blanchard. And she come out here strutting nothing but her butt. And she trying to set me up to get that Doom Squad out here that they call America's team to try and cripple my boys. But they left unscathed, and most important is we still got the hardware.
You know, I tell you what, Dusty Rhodes, you get a point today. You did something I didn't think could be done, but you got one step up. That's like a double jump in checkers because you lost us on a cool moment, and you snuck up behind like the dogs you are. You and Magnum TA can't get in the ring and face us man-to-man because right here is too tough for you. He took that from you, and I took this from you last week on national television, Dusty Rhodes. And everybody knows, Magnum, you didn't win the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. So it just goes to show y'all are all second-class citizens. So you come out here and you think and devise this big plan up and sneak up to take down 2 of the 4 horsemen. It worked. Well, it worked. And you jumped off, but no broken leg. The man is right here. He's standing there 2 legs. He might have a bruise, but he's getting back in the ring next week. And I am too, but the proof is in the pudding, Arn. We got these, and you got nothing.
Cowboy boot on the leg. How's that leg feeling anyway?
We were up there horse laughing at what was a hilarious situation that Baby Doll wanted to get her hands on JJ for her own personal reason. While we were having a laugh, they jumped us from behind.
You heard about Johnny Bench?
Yeah, that is frustration on their part. Because, as we said, we've got what you want. You want things, we have things. We have the income that goes with being these champions. We have the prestige that goes with being these champions. And the bottom line is, Dusty Rhodes, you're at the bottom of the heap now. You got to prove yourself. We don't even have to fool with you. You're not even a contender. And as far as America's team goes, we're in better shape than you are. We're better athletes than you are. And we've got our ace in the hole, namely James J. Dillon, which gives us that edge that'll always push us over the top. Tony Schiavone, we are the 3 horsemen.
Ask me why I'm looking over my back.
Why are you looking over
I got to watch their backs because Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Ronnie Garvin, and the whole rest of the pack are nothing but a bunch of back jumpers.
And they're chasing the pack.
Face to face. Just ask him to come face to face.
Boy, 3 irate men. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and James J. Dillon. The action doesn't stop here. We're coming right back.
Boy, that was a great promo. A nice way to follow up the attack that we heard earlier. But man, every now and again, you'll hear some inside baseball. Tully was trying to make you crack up on that Johnny Bench reference.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is. That's a J.J. Dillon-ism, the Johnny Bench. So you will have to inquire with JJ, which I'm sure sooner than later you'll have a conversation with, and have to ask him about the Johnny Bench line.
I've asked him about it. We've talked about it on Tony Schiavone's show. We don't have to cover it here. But it still tickled me because it was so inside. Almost no one at home would have had any idea what you're talking about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this is real, but we not only got a handicapper, but we got the best ever. How are you so good at handicapping these games? I mean, 4-0, that's quite a streak already.
Well, let's talk about every pick I've given this year in the NFL as an example. 23-8. Every pick I've given this year. 4 weeks in the bag, 23-8. There's nobody in the country that can match what I do, but I always make sure, because anybody, Conrad, could make up anything. They could tell you and blow smoke and tell you, oh, I'm the greatest. But I am independently monitored and documented, so nobody could ever question what I say and go, I don't believe it. I send every pick to an independent monitoring and documentation service that has to get the pick before the game goes off and then publishes it after the game goes off so anybody can see what I gave. But this is the best start I've ever had. I've never been this good to start a season. You don't win every week, 4 weeks in a row, everything you put out. It's been the kind of year I've had. So get on a hot streak, because when a guy's on a hot streak like me, you want to ride it. I've always had a talent for picking winners. Never quite as hot as I am right now, but I've always been very good at it. And I think it's because I do more homework than anybody else. You know, the average guy or gal watching this podcast, they don't have time. They have a career. They have jobs. They might read the newspaper or go online and see something. but they don't have time 80 hours a week to study the games. That's what I do. And I have a crew of guys behind me, my consultants, who every week we get together 3 times a week and they throw their ideas at me. I throw my ideas at them. And then I pick the final 5 plays on Saturday and Sunday in college and pro football. So, I mean, I've got a great team behind me too, but we're all doing together hundreds of hours of homework. So you don't have to. It's all at vegaswinners.com.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to vegaswinners.com right now. Let's win some money. And it looked like when Tully did it, he was grinning and then grinned at the camera because he wanted you to laugh, but you didn't break. In all these days when you guys were out there having fun together, and you could tell you're with your pals and you're having a good time, did anybody ever get you to break in the middle of a promo?
Oh God, of course. I mean, we all would, when things were rolling smooth and you're doing well and everything is just clicking, we would try to slide a little inside something in there, that was just a joke amongst us. But like you said, if you didn't know exactly what they were talking about, it escaped you. It blew by you. And that was one of those deals. But yeah, we used to crack each other up, especially when we would have, television in those days. If you go back and look at it, Conrad, here's the big difference. You never beat your top heels on TV.
Right.
TV was a vehicle to talk them in the building, to wrestle them in the building, to be a diabolical sumbitch, on television. So the only place you could see guys like us get their ass handed to them was in a live arena show. And that's what drove arena business. Was we had the lion's share of television. And sometimes when you could go out and just really, like my grandfather used to say, just go waller somebody on TV, dominate them. That terminology, being from the South, and then go talk about it afterwards. It doesn't get any better than that. And there was many times we would just shoot an inside zinger at each other.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.